I guess my goal right now is to start making, I guess, a video per day or whatever. Something small, something short to show off my vintage collection and stuff that I like collecting and stuff that I never had when I was a kid. And I guess the further I go along, I'm going to start, I guess, figuring out how to edit these videos and make them a little bit more cooler than, I guess, than just what I'm doing right now is DIY or whatever, and kind of lazy. But then again, I work a lot, and I really don't want to make these ridiculously super edited videos that a lot of people out there make, just because it's, I don't know, to me it's kind of like I just don't have that kind of time. I don't know, I just like to chill and enjoy myself after work, and I'm not really trying to get famous from making these videos of my collection. You know, it's just a hobby I enjoy and stuff. But I wanted to show off, as I saw a friend online had posted a video of some vintage Batman stuff, and I was like, well, man, I've got some vintage Batman stuff I'd like to share too. That's I've always dug, and I never had but have now, and I spent a pretty good amount of money. Like I think it was like about $80 or something like that to get it. But it's the Mego Pocket Heroes Batman and Robin with the Batmobile, and I was pretty stoked about getting this. I never had it when I was a kid, and my cousins had it, but and I always thought it was really cool. And I remember we used to go to the Westgate Mall here in Austin, Texas, and I would see it and then what it's so bad, but could never get it. My aunt would never buy it for me. My folks would never buy it for me. So it's just like I always wanted it, and I never had too many Amigos when I was a kid. I had like, I guess, Spider-Man. That was one of the Amigo figures I had, and that was pretty much it. Never had Batman or Hulk or Thor or any of the DC or Marvel characters. Just the one Spider-Man. But I did acquire this, and I'm stoked. It's in really good condition. There's a little scuffing on the windshield and stuff like that, but it's pretty much intact. And the only really annoying thing about, as far as the looks to this, is that this one sticker on the side, I don't know if you can see it, it's just kind of coming off a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, that's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's awesome, and I love it. And I'll show off the figures. I have Robin right here, and it's pretty cool. I guess the decal's wearing off a little bit, or the paint or whatever and stuff, but it's pretty awesome. It's a nice little, it's kind of rubbery, but not too rubbery. It's more a little bit of like, kind of like a mid, I don't know, soft plastic, hard plastic or whatever. And it's kind of goofy, but for back in the day when you were a kid, this was it. I mean, I'm 35 years old, so it's like, that was a goof. But anyways, when back in the day when you were a kid, this was like, you know, this is pretty much what you had. You didn't have like all the Marvel Selects or the Marvel Legends or the, you know, Star Wars Black Series. You didn't have super articulated figures. This is what you had. So you had to use your imagination a whole lot back then, and you know, and it was just, these were cool figures to me. And here's Bats. I'll show off Batman. And Batman's a little different. His cape's more rubbery. It's not as stiff. Robin's cape is a little more stiff, but Batman's is a little more rubbery, and it's attached to his head. And I don't know, he's pretty sick, man. I like this figure a lot. I've always loved Batman. I guess if you'd have to say my top two favorite heroes for, you know, over 30 years have been yeah, Batman and Spider-Man. I mean, I dig Superman. Who doesn't, you know, dig Superman or Wonder Woman and, you know, Aquaman and all those guys. And, you know, Thor, the Hulk, and everybody else, and Iron Man and all the Caps, you know. But for me, it was always like Spider-Man and Batman. I always had like a Spider-Man or a Batman laying around somewhere. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about acquiring these. Never had them. Have them now. Had to pay like about $80 or over to get them. And yeah, these are really cool. And I just never had these, and I figured there's a lot of people that never had them, but now I do, so I'm pretty stoked. And not getting rid of them. They're going to stay in the collection for a while. Because I find that the older I get, I guess I'm just more stoked about collecting vintage stuff now than anything, and not so much into the new stuff that's out. I mean, every once in a while, if I see a figure that I'm into, I'll pick it up. Like for example, let's see. Yeah, like this Frank Miller style Batman from the Batman. I guess I forget what series this is or whatever, but you all know it. But anyhow, Batman Unlimited or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I picked this up because I always loved the Frank Miller look. This was a great comic, and and it's just a super hardcore version of Batman. But like other than that, I don't pick up every new school figure that I see of like these characters.